All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful, let's lower this music a little bit. We are live on this beautiful, let's raise the camera a little bit. We are live on this beautiful, what even day is it? Is it a Monday? Happy New Year, guys. Blessings to everybody in Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. It is time to celebrate. Gonna crack open a fresh bottle of champagne, aka San Pellegrino. Allegedly imported from Italy, but probably just regular old tap water with some carbon in it in a fancy bottle to appeal to people like me trying to drink some dang mineral water. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful New Year's Day. It is in fact a Monday. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. As usual, if we can get 1,000 likes within the first half hour of the stream, we'll be giving away 1,000 USDT to kick off the most bullish crypto bull market that we have ever seen in the last 2 years. Shout out to Jester 1040. He likes the videos before they even start. Shout out to Jazz Tech. What is going on? Shout out to Gazgano and J Money. Shout out to Des C. Happy New Year, everybody. Shout out to Red Elefante. And shout out to Anon A. He says, Happy New Year, everyone. Good luck with your goals this year. Oh, thank you, my man. May God also bless you and your family as well. Joe Potter, long and strong, baby. We've been long and strong for a long time. It's been a crazy 2023. Shout out to Nima ICP. 2024, baby. The gains are hitting on all angles. Shout out to Hakuna Matata. Good day to you. Shout out to Take Profits. Shout out to Alien Guru. Yes, I spelled analysis wrong in the thumbnail. Tried to fix it. Don't know if it went through. Shout out to Syntax Jack. Let's make that money. Shout out to Revy, who's bullish, baby. Man, you guys are absolutely awesome in the chat. Shout out to James. He wants to look at cash, but shout out to Nima ICP. Vestige liked. Am I sick? Do I sound a little bit sick? Shout out to Wick. He says, oh, red in here, fire. Shout out to Crypto8B. File USDT. All right, let's check out File USDT. All right, let's check out some stuff, guys. Make sure to like the stream as we get into the analysis. As we get into the analysis here. What are we looking at? It's pumping, guys. It's pumping. It's pumping, I mean, that's for sure. So it's breaking out, right? Let's take a look at Filecoin. Let's take a look at it. Give me 1 second to pull it up here. I know we're not looking at it now, but we have an emergency Filecoin update. All right, so what is happening with Filecoin USDT, guys? We are breaking out of this triangle that we've been looking at now for quite some time, okay? So this is not a surprise, okay? This is not a surprise. Yesterday, I bought Filecoin live on YouTube. I purchased Filecoin on spot yesterday. If you were here on my altcoin shopping extravaganza, the reason why I was purchasing Filecoin yesterday was because it is one of the coins that has not broken out yet, right? There's two kinds of coins in this current market condition. You got your ICPs, you got your polka dots, you know, and then you've got your coins like Filecoin, Theta, the ones that have not broken out yet or just starting to break out. Now, if this thing does break out, depending on whether we put this on log mode or regular mode, right? It's all about the modes when you're trading crypto. Right, we could probably see us coming up to around that $13 to $20 zone if we're going to break out of this thing. Okay, Filecoin, in my opinion, is one of those really nice opportunities as a long-term spot play for 2024, the most bullish year that crypto has ever seen in the last 2 years. Okay, we have the potential of getting 3,000% gains on this to the all-time high from our current place, which basically means if we are accumulating and or buying around this zone, we are putting ourselves in a good position for the bull run. Okay, now here's the caveat. The caveat. Man, Bitcoin is looking bullish on the daily, isn't it? So here's the caveat, guys. Bitcoin right now, in my opinion, 2024 is going to be the most bullish year for crypto in the past 2 years. Okay, I keep saying that. That's kind of a joke, because yeah, I do believe we're gonna see a new Bitcoin all-time high, probably in early mid 2025. Okay, just based on the 4-year cycle. But here's something that we need to understand about Bitcoin in general. The halving has not happened yet. The halving is what kicks off the bull market, right? And so, as you can see, we are currently coming to our next major area of resistance here. The target of this ascending triangle for Bitcoin is going to be that $50,000 zone. We're in an ascending triangle. We're printing some bullish divergences here. We have a target of about $50,000 to kick off the new year. But here's what we need to understand. The ETF is probably going to be a sell the news kind of deal, right? I'd say it's more probable than not right now that when the ETF news comes out, Bitcoin is going to get a pullback. Why do I say this? Well, because people are going to get very, 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 very bullish as Bitcoin is hitting $50,000, but it's coming into a very key zone of resistance, right? This is the value area high of the previous bull market range, right around $50,000. Now look at what happened when Bitcoin was coming to the value area low of the previous bull market range at about $31,000. What happened there? It was resistance once, it was resistance twice, it was resistance 3 times before the breakout. It actually did give us both pullbacks that we got so far in 2023. I shouldn't say so far, both major pullbacks we got in 2023. I should say 2 out of the 3 pullbacks. See, I keep having to backstep, which is a good reminder that this is not financial advice. We had 3 20% pullbacks in 2023. 2 of those happened at the value area low of the range. And so when we come to the value area high of the range, it is likely that we do see some kind of resistance here, especially since a lot of people are going to be getting very, very bullish. Now, let's keep in mind, I am extremely bullish on crypto, but price never goes straight up. When we take a look at what happened in the previous bull cycle, bull and bear, what happened? We made the all-time high, January 2018, okay? Then we got the big dump, and then we got the capitulation. We formed a base after the big dump at around 6K. We got the capitulation. We formed a little scoopsy daisy. We came back up inside. We got the breakout, and we never got a retest. And we came up, Bitcoin at $14,000. Now, remember the context here. Bitcoin had hit an all-time high of $20,000 and then dumped all the way down to $3,000. Now we're back at 14K. We're closer to the all-time high of the bull market than we were to the low of the bear market. Sentiment was very bullish because people knew the halving was around the corner. And, you know, this was DeFi. Do you guys remember 2019? Was that the year of DeFi, or was that 2020 that happened in the summer? I think that was 2020. But whatever the case, things were very bullish. And then we smack dab right into the Fibonacci Golden Pocket retest. And we come back down to test our base. This base that we made at 6K, right? We came back down to retest it. We actually retested it twice before we get that big move to the upside. So we have something very, very, very similar happening right now, right? We have our all-time high, and then we came down, we made a base, right? We lost the base, we're back inside the base. We're about to come up into the golden pocket, and if we take a look at market cipher B, we could easily see how this could give us some bearish divergences here, okay? Now, is this guaranteed to happen? Are we guaranteed to get a pullback here? No, but we need to be careful, because when people get extremely bullish, and when meme coins start gaining hundreds or thousands of percent in a short period of time after Bitcoin is up 100% on the year and starts to range, that means, guys, there's a pretty good chance that we're not going to keep going straight up, okay? So the context that we have right now for 2024, in my opinion, is we should be looking for a pullback that brings us into the halving. And in my opinion, for me, I am going to be looking to buy Bitcoin aggressively on spot if we come down to $30,000 or below. I say below because Bitcoin never does what people want it to do. In a perfect world, what would Bitcoin do? It would get a little pullback right to support resistance flip, bounce into a new all-time high. This is a perfect world, right? But it's not a perfect world, all right? Just look around, all right? My armpits stink. Ugh! That's proof it's not a perfect world, all right? Just ask my wife. Now, I do believe that after we get this pullback, it is going to be straight pump city for the next few years. And I do believe Bitcoin is going to hit, at the very least, probably an $80,000 target. At the very least, an $80,000 target. Hopefully more, but I'm not going to be banking on it. But yeah, I do think that that could happen, which if we do get a move down to $30,000, that's another 170% if we get that little pullback here. Okay, now of course we might not get the pullback. I kind of hope we do, because that would give us a really nice opportunity to buy Bitcoin on spot. Okay, now when we take a look at these lower time frames here, we are seeing, in my opinion, still some pretty bullish signs, right? We are seeing some pretty bullish signs. As we come down to this trend line where we're unable to make lower lows, we put our first low, we made our higher low, then we made another higher low. We are seeing right here the price getting lower to our key zone of support, and on Market Cipher B, the momentum waves are getting higher after printing 3 big Ben Armstrong green dots down here on the 4-hour time frame, 3 in a row, as the 4-hour money flow is also getting thicker. All right, this to me is looking pretty bullish. In addition to that, if we take a look at, whoops, I'm not even logged into coinalyze.net. But if we log in, all right, if we log into coinalyze.net and we take a look at what has been happening here throughout the entirety of this triangle, we can see that a lot of short trades actually have been opening up here, right? We see a large number of short trades opening up right here. All right, let's draw a little trend line. This CVD is getting lower and lower and lower over time. The open interest is getting higher over time, and yet the price is unable to make a lower low. This is called bullish absorption. And it really, in my opinion, means the probabilities are pretty high that we do break out of this triangle and hit these targets next week, or maybe the week after, leading up to the ETF news. And maybe the ETF news will actually assist the breakout of this triangle. Let's say we don't break out now because volume is so low, right? Let's say even we get a CDW, just a liquidity grab, and then the ETF news comes out, we could get a very quick wick, right? This is kind of what I'm expecting to happen, which is why I'm still holding the long trade that I've been in since Friday. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat. We've got 1,000 people in here. If we can get everyone to like the video within the next 10 minutes, we'll do a $1,000 giveaway. This is the long trade setup we gave in the Casper crew, right? Waited patiently for it. Man, we have been crushing the trades on Bitcoin, right? Taking the short trade, giving in advance. That thing played out absolutely perfectly. Then, given the dang long trades, both of the bounces that we got here. All right, I'm actually still even holding short trades on Bitcoin. That's still. But yeah, so this is how I am currently trading Bitcoin. Now it's been a pretty crazy year, 2023, guys. We have run the gamut of emotions in 2023. Do you guys remember all the things that have happened in 2023 for Bitcoin? It's been absolutely crazy. Shout out to everybody in chat. Shout out to Fiber Splice God. Shout out to Dusty Mountain Climber. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Wick. Is the stream buffering for real? Or is that just something you're talking about? Funding rates, pretty positive. That's true. That is true. When you say spot, do you mean buy your spot portfolio? Oh yeah, heck yeah. Spot meaning spot portfolio. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, it's been a crazy year for me in 2023. It's absolutely been insane. It's been a crazy journey. I remember when Bitcoin was $15,000. You guys remember when Bitcoin was $15,000? You guys remember that? Let's see what's Bitcoin doing on the low time frames here. Okay. You guys remember when Bitcoin was $15,000? That was insane. Man, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. All right, so we got some buffering on the stream. Small time buffer. Let's check on the health of this live stream. It looks like we're all right here. We got a little bit of buff. A little bit of buff. All right, let's see. Shout out to my super chats. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Zham. He says, Jay, thank you for all your work. Let's conquer 2024. Can we look at Doge? Shout out to Leandro Pimenta. Thank you so much for the super chat. Can we check FTM? Yeah, we can check Doge and FTM. We can take a look. Doge and FTM. Man, I was taking a trip down memory lane earlier today. I was going back to some of my old videos when Bitcoin really did come down to $15,000, guys. It's amazing how far we have come. Like, it's crazy. But, you know, back in these days, we were looking at really accumulating Bitcoin here. Like, it's amazing just to go back and, like, just look at what's happened.
Taken over by Binance. And in my opinion, guys, the way I'm approaching this, in all seriousness, is I am looking at this as an opportunity to accumulate more cryptocurrency on spot. And the reason why is this. I can't tell you how many people who came to me during these times, who asked if it was a good time to start getting into Bitcoin, to start getting into crypto. And my answer to them was always the same, which is, objectively speaking, you're buying high. Objectively speaking, if you're buying Bitcoin here, you're buying high. There's a chance that you're buying the top. When we're in the middle of a bull market, if you're buying crypto in a bull market, there is a chance that you are buying the top. Every time you buy the dip in a bull market, right? There's a chance that you're buying the dip that doesn't end, right? When we are in a bear market, if you have any hope in cryptocurrency, if you are bullish long-term on this asset at all, this is the time to be accumulating. If we get capitulation wicks and we come down to the single-digit thousands area, I have limit orders set in Coinbase. And, you know, the thing is this. The point that I am in my life right now.
It's just so crazy, you know? People were getting so scared at these times, and, like, I was aggressively buying so much under $20,000, and now here we are, you know? I remember when I made this video as well. I made this video 1 year ago, January 8th, feeling super bullish on Bitcoin, rare historic bullish signals printing. I remember too, a lot of people gave me hate for coming out bullish when we were at $16,000. It's crazy. There are historic signals printing right now on the charts, bullish signals. And as you can see, in multiple long positions, I'm going to be sharing my targets as well as the reasoning as to why I have these targets. Now, for me, I woke up, I'm hitting the gym, getting my swole on. I happen to take a look at the charts, instant open mouth pointing at the laptop. Why? Well, let's take a look. Man, those are crazy times. And even when we got that move back down to 20K, I had never been more bullish. Bitcoin bull run begins now. This was in March. That is so crazy, guys. Long from just about 20K. Insane. It's crazy how far we come. And it really just goes to show that, man, these things happen in cycles. They happen in cycles. And we cannot let the emotions, we cannot let the psychology get to the best of us when we are watching the price go up and when we are watching the price go down. Because let me tell you, 2024 and 2025 is going to be very bullish. What we've seen so far right now, the end of 2023 with this altcoin season and stuff, this is nothing compared to what we are going to see a year from now going into 2025. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to become so emotionally connected to holding these coins, they're not going to take profits. They're going to hold it up, or potentially a lot of people are going to get into crypto in the coming year, buying things high, right? And then unfortunately, they're going to hold it all the way back down. You know, it is such a simple concept to buy low and sell high, but it's so hard to do. But right now, I do believe this is one of the few times that we have within the cryptocurrency cycle, within the Bitcoin 4-year halving cycle. These are one of the few times where we can be, and this is not financial advice, I am not a financial advisor, but when it comes to stacking our crypto, building our portfolio, these are one of the times where we can be a little bit irresponsibly bullish. These are the times where we can buy the dip. These are the times where buying the dip is okay, right? So if we do get a dip on Bitcoin, it's going to be an opportunity for us to build our portfolios. If these altcoins that have already broken out, if Bitcoin rejects from 50K and then we get a move back down to 30K on Bitcoin and some of these altcoins, if Polkadot gives back all its gains, right? If ICP gives back all its gains, these are opportunities now to buy the dip. It's not time to buy the dip when we've already been in a massive bull market for a year and a half. But that's when most people start getting excited about buying the dang dip. All right. So shout out to Memory Man. Is there a gap at 15K that needs filling? There's a lot of gaps to the downside. And here's something else I do have to say about the Bitcoin price action. The bottom, I was not expecting that to be the bottom, right? I was expecting lower. It wasn't until we started to see some extremely bullish signs printing, like I guess in the beginning of January, because we hit that low in November, and then in January, that's when I really started to get bullish, because we were printing extremely bullish divergences on the weekly time frame, things that only happen once per cycle, things that, and you know, and I said it the whole time, and I still kind of believe it, which is, I believe the bottom of the cycle is in. It doesn't mean I believe the bottom price for Bitcoin is in, because we topped out. The market cycle topped out for Bitcoin at, I'd say in April 2021. I'd say the top of the Bitcoin bull market happens right here, okay? This is the top of the 4-year cycle, just based on how much time between the halving that has taken place. But then what happened? We put in a double top, and we actually made a higher high here. But if we look at the dollar, and if we look at how, you know, the dollar pretty much bottomed out right here, right? The dollar bottomed out right here. So this was kind of an anomaly in my opinion. The dollar bottomed out right here, and then the dollar made a higher low as Bitcoin made that double top. So I believe the top of the cycle is here, which is why I was saying, look, I believe the bottom of the cycle is here. It doesn't mean the bottom price is in. And obviously we cannot know for certain what the market is going to do in the future, but here's one thing I am very confident in right now. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing, okay? If we see Bitcoin below 30K again, or at 30K, around that area, I'm going to be buying extremely aggressively, because the halving is coming around April, the middle of April. Hopefully I have a baby boy on the way. All right, I'm hoping he is born as Bitcoin halves, as the block is being processed, confirmed on the blockchain. The baby's head will be crowning, okay, showing that it is indeed going to be a bullish year. Not only are we going to be making crypto gains, we're going to be making baby gains as well. And Lord willing, I'll be there to hold my son as he comes out, just like I did with my last son, and I blessed him in the name of Jesus as he was coming out. My first son, Daniel Fibonacci Carl Casper, He was born right during that last bull market. So all my sons are going to be born during crypto bull markets. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, so as we approach the halving, now is the buy the dip time, right? Because when we go back to the previous cycle, when was the halving? Was it in June 2020? I think it was June 2020, right? This was the last halving, which basically means, look at this. All right, we had our bear market rally. We had our bear market rally up to 14K, rejecting from the Fibonacci golden pocket. This was our opportunity to start buying Bitcoin before, bam, the big pump. And notice something else, right? When we are dealing with these macro time frames, you don't have to be perfect either, right? You don't have to be perfect, because let's say you accumulate here, right? You buy here, and then it drops, and you buy, and it drops, and you buy, and it drops, and you buy, and it drops even more, and you feel like an idiot because you just lost 54% on your investment. But don't miss the forest for the trees, because yeah, you lost 54% on your investment, and then you made 600%. So it's the same kind of deal right now. The problem is when people get the buy the dip mentality here, right? We're at 50K. Oh, I heard about this thing called Bitcoin. I'm going to start buying. And we dump and, oh, buy the dip. Oh. And then, you know. But this is not that. This is not that, guys. And look, if you're the kind of person that thinks crypto's a scam, which it might be, created by the CIA to onboard everybody onto blockchain technology so they can enslave us with CBDCs to make us live in smart cities with programmable currency, well, I kind of agree with you. But I still believe that Bitcoin is going to be bullish for the next few cycles, all right? And I believe it has a future. And so if you don't believe it has a future, you shouldn't even be watching this video, right? Every investment we make has to start with a thesis, something we take for granted as true, even though we know it might not be true. And in this case, my taking for granted statement here is that this Bitcoin halving is going to mark the beginning of another all-time high for Bitcoin. So therefore, any dumps we get before or leading around that time are times to buy the dip. And I am looking to make, if we do come down, let's say to 30K, I am looking to make at least 150% more on Bitcoin. Now, I've already made, you know, about 150% on Bitcoin. So all in all, that's a 300% gain from the low to the high here. Oh, more than that, like a 400% gain. But yeah, potentially. Unless some of these crazy predictions are true, Bitcoin hitting, you know, 150, 250K. Who knows? You know, I would say this, though. You gotta take profits. All right? You gotta take profits. People gave me hate for selling Bitcoin at 38K. But you know what? I made money. I made money. I sold Bitcoin at 38K. I bought Bitcoin at 15K. I made 138%. How could you be upset about that? Same deal. When Bitcoin starts coming up here, 60, 70, 75K, if you bought at 30K, do not get greedy, because we're here to make money. We're not here to have a portfolio, show our friends on our phone, look, man, look at all my portfolio, so big. And then the next thing you know, we get the dip. Maybe you buy the dip. Don't worry, it'll go back up. Lower high, lower low. Should I sell? No, I'm not going to sell. It's going back up. Now you're holding. Your friends ask, how's the portfolio? You show, not so hot. You could have taken that money. You could have done stuff with that money. You could have upgraded your homestead. You could have gotten new fencing installed. You could have gotten solar panels. You know? Could have built a new chicken coop with that money. You know what I'm saying? Here we go, baby. Bitcoin pumping right now. Let's check it out. Let's check out Bitcoin pumping right now. Look at this. Okay, so we're coming up to actually an area of resistance on the chart. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Wow, so we are right now coming up to a weekly area of resistance. Let's mark this on the chart, guys. Are we going to get a little bit of a pullback here? We got that weekly level. Let's go back to our 4 hour. Let's pull our fib from high to low, because we are going to come into some zones of resistance. We want to monitor this. We have our Fibonacci golden pocket just above us. 43,250 is our next area of resistance. Okay, 43,250 is our next area of resistance. 43,250. Our next area of resistance. Bitcoin getting a move, baby. And we are seeing actually we are seeing some longs, about 1 million longs opening up here. Price is not able to get a little bit higher. This could be an area where we get a little bit moved to the downside. Let's check out our Market Cipher. All right, let's check out Market Cipher. Guys, make sure to like the dang video. Make sure to like the stream. Oh, actually, you know what? The 12-minute is actually looking pretty bullish here on Market Cipher B. It's actually looking pretty good. We have a zone of resistance above us. Okay? The Fibonacci Golden Pocket, a couple daily order blocks. And then we have new highs, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Memory Man. Shout out to Car Snob. Shout out to Clint. He was long from 16,000 as well. A lot of people were. You know, my man Boyan, he literally longed the bottom, and Bybit closed his position out because he didn't have KYC. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the super chats. Shout out to Eugenio Nieto for the $10 super chat. Shout out to Dave Digital. He hasn't heard the pump song all year. Will SHIB go strong bullish? Eugenio wants to know. You know, it might. It probably will. In fact, I'm expecting SHIB to be extremely bullish at some point. Just like Dogecoin. When we thought Dogecoin was just a joke, it broke out, and then it got a pullback, and then it broke out again, and then it got a pullback, and then it pumped again. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot of these meme coins to have crazy pumps in the next cycle. But here's the thing. If you are looking to get into any coin, any investment, you must. Okay, you must. Here, I'm actually going to take a little profit here, just in case, all right? 43,240. I'm going to take some profits here, guys. Just because I've already realized some profit on this trade. I do think we could break out, but it would not surprise me if we come back down to test the lows. So win in profit, take profit, right? I've already realized some profit. I'm going to realize about 1/10 of a Bitcoin in the worst case scenario right now, if we pump up just another few dollars here, all right? Daily realized profit, having to pay that funding fee. I've been losing about, every 8 hours I got to pay that fee. So let's take some profits here at this golden pocket. And then I am still holding out for the breakout of this triangle. I think things are looking pretty dang bullish. My real target on this is going to be $48,900. Let's go, baby. Come on, Bitcoin. Can we hit our take profit? We're up right now about 1/3 of a Bitcoin in profits. I know we gotta take a look at some of the coins that here we go, baby. We're pumping. We gotta take a look at some of the coins that are from the super chats. Is this good positioning to short? Well, I'll be honest, I don't really see bearish divergences here, which is what I use to get into a short trade. But the golden pocket is definitely a place where we probably will get a little bit of a rejection. Here we come to the golden pocket. All right. So I made about 0.12 Bitcoin in total right now. Here we come to realized profits. All right, look at this. Coming right up to the golden pocket. Let's see what happens here. That Fibonacci 618 level. You can see she's getting a little bit of a pullback here, because that's what a 618 is. We don't really see bullish divs here. So I would not be surprised if we come higher. But yeah, 618 fib, a lot of people are looking at this level. It's a low volume day, so this could very, very well be a level that we get a bit of a pullback from, which is why I just took some profits on this. All right. 3K a day keeps the job away. At least that's what I heard someone say once. Yeah, I honestly think if we can come through the golden pocket, especially the 786, we're going to hit our target. My next TP on this is really going to be 49K. Okay, I've got right now $238,000 on the trade. That's about 5.7 Bitcoin on the trade. Let's see what happens here. I could close out right now and close in more than a third of a Bitcoin, but I'm going to be holding to see if we can't hit some higher prices. Keep in mind, guys, because it is a weekend, a long weekend and a holiday weekend, I am not going to be surprised if we grab this low, because this whole zone, right, the setup we gave in the Casper crew, there are a few levels down here to be aware of. It is a zone, right? The original setup here, we've got a few confluences here. So do not be surprised if we do a liquidity grab, boop, and then get the breakout, right? Which is once again why I've realized profits here. You got to realize profit when you're in profit. Okay, so we're at that Fibonacci golden pocket retest, baby. Getting that little bit of a pullback. Let's check out coinanalyze.net here. Oh, I'm not even logged into coinanalyze.net. Hang on. Let's get another browser going. Let's get another browser going here. Shout out to everybody in the stream, guys. Make sure to like the dang stream. We got about 1,300, almost 1,400 people in here. 700 likes. And, okay, so let's see what happened here. Did we have a big decrease of OI? Wow, we had a pretty big decrease of OI, but a pretty quick buyback. Let's check out what's happening on exo charts here. Okay, so what's interesting here is we came up to the 618 fib, and immediately we actually start to see a lot of shorts open. This to me is actually bullish right now. The fact that people are shorting the 618, that's actually kind of bullish to me. I feel like that is not bearish when people are shorting the 618. All right, let's see what happens here. It would get bearish if we start to see people longing and those longs being absorbed, you know. But when I take a look at Market Cipher B, first of all, the daily time frame, to me, this is a hidden bullish divergence. In my opinion, we're breaking out of this triangle. Yes, I took profit, but that's because if I don't take profit, I'm a fool. But look, price is making a higher low. Momentum is making a lower low. That is called a hidden bullish divergence, currently printing a green dot. We come down to the 4-hour time frame, and what do we see? We see that as the price hit our level, we got ourselves a nice bullish divergence, right? The uneven butt cheek pattern. Nice and juicy. Left side big and round. Right side a little bit emaciated. People wonder, how did such a thing happen? It comes from having one tight hip flexor. All right, from all that razor scooter riding you did when you were a kid, where your one leg was going crazy, the other leg was not. That's a bullish div. 4-hour bullish divs. Let's look at the last 4-hour bullish divergence that we printed here. What was the last 4-hour bull div on Market Cipher? Do you guys know? It was this, actually. Wow. This was the last 4-hour bullish divergence on Market Cipher right here. September 11th. Is that not crazy? That was the last 4-hour bull div that we got. Man, let's bring on the pumperoni and queso. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. All right, let's see who we got in the chat, man. Shout out to Nat Singer. Shout out to Moses Alexander Cruz. Shout out to Memory Man in the chat. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Divine Hood. Happy New Year to you, my man. May God bless you. Why does he keep walking? The Mr. Man Weedy. The reason I keep walking is because, well, sitting is a disease, and I like to maintain good cardiovascular health. I like to have better sleep at night. I like to be able to eat more food and still be lean and muscular. All those things, man. All those things. You know, and if I'm going to be streaming, if I'm going to be trading at a computer all day, I have two choices. Either I could look like freaking Bill Gates over here, or I could, you know, look the way I look and be at a computer all day. What an amazing life hack. Can you imagine a life hack where you can get exercise, have good mental clarity, good cardiovascular health, keep your body focused and moving, and also be able to do other things like be a YouTuber and a trader? What an amazing hack. I think anybody who has a day job or a desk job should get a walking desk. Everybody's so dang sick in the West because we sit all day, and we're not meant to do that. We're not meant to do that, and these screens are not natural. That's why I walk everywhere. Here we go. Shout out to Brandon Keys, man. He knows all about it. The most jacked guy in the chat right now is Brandon Keys. All right. Let's take a look at some of these altcoins, guys. Shout out to my super chat. Shout out to Buck Carothers. Check out Storage. You're long from my level. All right. We got to check out Storage. We got to check out Doge. And we got to check out Phantom, FTM. All right. Did we already check out FTM? No, that was Filecoin. Guys, Filecoin, man, we were just doing analysis on Filecoin just a few days ago, guys. And look at this. We've already gotten a big move since then. Isn't that wild? All right, Filecoin. Now, again, if you were here at the beginning of the stream, you know my thoughts on this. We've had 30% gains. That's pretty good, but I'm looking at this more of a long-term play. All right, let's check out FTM. FTM USDT, baby. All right, so FTM is at a weekly level. Let's remove everything, and let's just look at this, do some top-down analysis on Phantom. Okay, we're going to turn this off log. So I would say this about Phantom right now. You could now draw this high on trend line and say, if we break this, that's bullish. This is the weekly time frame right now. So we have had a move up to this level and a bit of a rejection. But again, I would say this. We can look at this being the accumulation zone, right? The zone to accumulate the asset before the bull market, meaning anywhere in the green box, in my opinion, is a good place to buy. We're potentially going to be making 500%, 600% if we hit all-time highs. And there's a good chance probably a lot of these coins will hit new highs as well. So yeah, honestly, when I see this on the weekly time frame, it looks extremely bullish to me because we have a nice bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame. All right, a nice uneven butt cheek pattern on the weekly. That is the bottom signal, in my opinion. When you see a bullish divergence on the weekly, that is the bottom signal. All right, you got the uneven butt cheek pattern. And then we have ourselves this right here, which is actually a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly, where price came down to make a slightly higher low. The momentum wave made a lower low while the money flow is getting higher. It's a very nice looking bottom, obviously. And so yeah, it looks pretty good to me for a long-term play because the upward potential is great. And again, if we're looking at the long-term game here, I'm not talking about leverage trading, which we do on low time frames where you need to get in and out, right? I'm talking about a longer-term play here where, like, if we're accumulating in the accumulation zone and we're looking to take profits around the highs, this is a really good potential. Let's say we do get a pullback here and we get an average entry of around, let's say 35 cents. That's an 11x, right? You cannot hate on an 11x because, I mean, in what other market could you make an 11x? You know, on your 401k? Definitely not. I remember, what did we do? When we moved out to start homesteading, I remember we took out, my wife had a 401k, We paid the taxes and we got out early and all this. We used the money to build a chicken coop. Isn't that funny? I remember our accountant losing his mind over it. And then what's so funny is during the lockdowns, he's like, you know what, you guys had a pretty good idea with that chicken coop. I'm like, I know. That's why I came out here to homestead, because I'm not trying to be down for all the stuff they're trying to do to us. All right. Yeah, FTM looks kind of good for a long-term play here. Let's check out Doge. I'll be honest with you, I hold some Doge. I do believe Doge will hit new all-time highs. I do not think Doge has much potential this cycle. Even if Doge hits $1, I think there's other coins that could do better. As far as meme coins go, 1,000% gains, that's pretty dang good. Are we guaranteed to hit $1? Probably. I hold a lot of Doge because historically it just pumps. So Doge is like all these other coins right now, all right? If we just look objectively at this chart, given the context of everything that I've already talked about in the beginning of this video, about how now is the time to be buying coins that haven't broken out yet. Now is the time as we head into the halving to buy the dips, right? When we just look at this, we could see, wow, there's a lot more upward potential than downward potential. Do I think Doge is going to be the coin? Absolutely not. There's going to be lots of other meme coins that are going to do way better. There's going to be other meme coins out there that do what Doge did back in these days. All right, let's look at what Doge did back in these days. All right, Doge, back in the last market cycle, 25,000%. But there's going to be a lot of coins that do that. All right, so if you're into crazy, insane gains, Doge is obviously going to do well, but it's not going to do what it did. There's no second chance now to make 25,000% on Doge, unfortunately. Right? Maybe other coins. Definitely some meme coins out there. Probably going to pump. But, you know. All right. Shout out. We got some super chats in the house. Oh, crap. I've been on the wrong screen the whole time. Man. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Thank you guys for sticking through. Jason is an actual AI. Yeah, you're supposed to be seeing another screen. Why don't streamers look at the comments? I'll tell you why, my friend. I'll tell you why. Here, I'm going to take a picture of my setup and show you guys. It's hard, man. You get into your thing, you get into what you're doing, and then, you know, a lot of chats go by. But I only have one monitor, so some people look at the, they have multiple monitors and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But look, I keep things pretty ghetto. I trade on the road a lot. This is what I got working with, man. I got myself the treadmill down there. I got myself the San Pellegrino right here. The mic, the laptop, the plunger. That's it. That's it, man. That's all I got. So I apologize for that, guys. So Doge, look, the 25,000% gains, they're done. But definitely it's a good coin to hold because we could make 1,000% if we hit $1, which I feel is likely. All right, shout out to everybody in here. I have the wrong screen up. Shout out to DV. Shout out to Buck Cathers for the super chat. Shout out to Petrie Tutia. Appreciate you, my man. You made it into my rap the other day. Will SHIB go strong bullish? Yes, SHIB will absolutely pump as well. SHIB is going to pump as well. All these coins are going to pump, guys. In my opinion, SHIB is going to pump. Doge is going to pump. Pepe is going to pump. They're going to pump. All right, let's check out storage. Thank you guys for putting up with the wrong screen. I really appreciate it. All right, so storage. This is kind of my overall plan for storage, right? Basically, golden pocket and downward is buy zone. We've broken resistance already, right? We've broken resistance already. We have potentially a 500% gain to make, up to $3.60, give or take. $3.70. This is log scale. If we take it off log scale, we can see it looks quite nicer here. But yeah, this thing already shows a sign of strength. So here's my thing with altcoins that are showing signs of strength right now. It means if we're given a pullback, it's time to buy, which is why, you know, as we come down to this golden pocket after a little pullback here, it's the first time I would say to start getting into it, because we've seen a sign of strength. The best times to buy are after you see a sign of strength, aka a break of trend, a higher high, which we see right here, and then the pullback, right? And then the pullback. The pullback is key. Once you make that higher high, then you get the pullback. You know you're buying the dip that's going to lead to another high. So there's a few ways to look at it as well. Like if we're looking at a longer term play, again, assuming Bitcoin's going to pull back after hitting 50K, get a pre-halving pullback, these coins that have already broken out are probably going to give back quite a bit of their gains, which means we can look to buy the dip on these. So, you know, I would be looking at this thing coming back down into this old range to retest the trend line, give or take. Around 30 cents would be ideal to get in, and then who knows? We hit a new high. We hit a new high. Maybe we come up to $5. You know, hit $5. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty conservative play, I would say, on this thing. And of course, you know, I'm a big proponent of taking profits along the way. So if you're in from, let's say, an average of 40 cents, it's a good idea to take some profits before we even hit old highs, right? Take out half or something. If you were here for my stream yesterday, go look at how I set up those orders on those altcoins that I bought. Like, I've already set my sell orders. That way I don't have to think about it. It just happens automatically. If you're keeping your altcoins in cold storage, set alerts and be true to your alerts to take them and sell them when they hit your price targets. Cat coins might take over, perhaps. Perhaps. Shout out to Paolo Flores, who's walking on a treadmill as well. That's what's up, man. That is what is up. Shout out to Jeremy Clifton. You don't see a lot of people talking about the 618. Yeah, look, this is just a theory that I have. It makes a lot of sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me that we would see a pullback after hitting some key resistances, especially if people are getting overly bullish. I mean, overly bullish environments are ripe for pullbacks, right? Shout out to DV. Shout out to Leandro. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Pedro Morales. Congrats on your son. You do some TA on Bonk. Yeah, we could do some TA on Bonk. Shout out to Leandro Pimenta for the super chat. Yeah, let's take a look at Bonk. We'll take a little bit of a look at Bonk here. All right, so Bonk is in the box. This box, we had two potential areas that we were looking at Bonk actually a while ago. One was a liquidity grab of the low to see bullish divs. If we were going to get a liquidity grab of the low and then reclaim that low, we could say that would be a buy. That obviously did not happen, so there was no buy signal, because the buy signal is not simply coming to the level, it is coming to the level and then reclaiming the level. And now we are down at our box of support. And actually, come to think of it, there is a local sign of strength here, being the sense that we've made a low and then a higher high, and then a higher low. But on the higher time frames, you know what? This is still kind of bullish because we have not changed market structure on the higher time frames. We're getting some bullish divs on the 1 hour time frame. We are getting some bullish div on the 4 hour time frame as well with a trigger wave here. So this is support. Now, I'm personally not invested in bonk. I am not necessarily looking for a trade on bonk, but I would say this. If somebody put a gun to my head and said I had to take a trade on bonk, it would be this. It would be this trade. This is the trade. Why? Well, because we have some very local signs of strength, 4 hour bullish divergences, a local change in market structure, a trigger wave with a higher low in key support, which is this box that we have marked on our chart. I don't remember why this was support. Because it's the golden pocket in the 786. And honestly, I would not be surprised if we get a move up and basically take out all these highs into the Fibonacci golden pocket and then potentially come back for another low here. But yeah, this is the trade I would take if someone put a gun to my head and said I had to take a trade on this. Does that mean it's going to play out? Absolutely not. But it is a valid setup for the following reasons. We're at support. We know where our idea is wrong, so we have a clearly defined amount of risk. All right, let's say we're risking 1% of our trading stack on this trade. Our target is a 5 times the amount of risk away. So if we're risking 1%, we're going to make 5% on this trade. Yeah, the asset itself moves up 90%, but we would make 5% on our portfolio or our trading stack or our trading account. So that's the three things you need for every trade. You need a target, a clearly defined target, a clearly defined stop loss, and a number of reasons as to why you're entering into the trade. If you don't have those things, don't take a trade, because that is not trading. That's gambling, and that will lose you money very quick. But it will make you money first. At first, you will make money gambling. The markets are like a drug dealer. They'll give it to you the first time for free, just so you get hooked on that first high. That first high leverage trade that you take, 50x, 10x your account in a day, that dopamine you get from that gets you hooked. But then the drug dealer is going to make you pay, because you're going to give back those gains slowly over time, and then the next thing you know, you'll have no money. Then you'll be stealing from your mom's purse, buying Bitcoin with it so you can enter another dang long leverage trade on bonk. All right, it's a slippery slope, right? I think a lot of us have been there. Maybe I'm being a little bit hyperbolic. You know, maybe I'm being slightly hyperbolic. Shout out to... Okay, Leandro, we got to take a look at the FTM. And then we could take a look at SEI. We'll look at SEI after FTM. Thank you for the super chat, Leandro. All right. All right, FTM. All right. This is Phantom in general. This is kind of my in general idea. The green box is the accumulation zone. Anything we can get around this area is going to be good. And then it has a lot of upward potential. these are the kinds of coins. I mean, so for me, my altcoins, these ones that aren't my big altcoins holdings, like the biggest, my portfolio, my main portfolio, I have a lot of ETH, I have a lot of Cardano, AVAX, Matic, Solana, Chainlink. I have like all the big altcoins that everyone has, and I have a decent amount of money in those coins as well. These types of smaller coins here, I put money in them, amount of money where if I lose it all, it wouldn't affect me in the slightest. But if you build a portfolio of altcoins that have upward potential of hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands %, even if the majority of those coins do nothing, which is unlikely, but even if the majority of those coins do nothing, the ones that really pump are going to make you profitable. If you have $1,000, you have 10 altcoins that you're looking at. Let's say that all these 10 altcoins are potential 20x coins, right? They're potential 20x, 20, 30x, right? If just 2 of those play out well, you've made a bunch of profit, even if the others go to 0, right? So that's the way I look at it. All right, we'll look at SEI. Shout out to Sam XBT. Should look at CAS. OGN. Let's check. We'll check out OGN. All right, did it dump or did it pump? Let's take a look. OGN. I bought some OGN yesterday. Looks like it's pumping, man. Nice. OGN pumping. Just got some of this yesterday. So we are up right now. About 6% since yesterday. Nice. All right. We'll take a look at KAS and SEI. KAS and SEI. We'll take a look at SEI first. Pumping, baby. All right, I don't know anything about this coin, but if you are bullish on this coin, fundamentally speaking, it looks very bullish on the daily time frame here. It looks very, very, very bullish on the daily time frame here. We had a very bullish divergence right here, and we had a breakout of resistance, support resistance flip, bam. So this is one where I do believe buying the dip is a good idea. It looks really nice. Let's see the weekly. Nothing yet on the weekly. Let's go to the 12. Man, if we can get a little bit of a pullback here after that big move to the upside, I mean, I would say that coming down to this area here is a place to be looking because it's a support resistance flip. It's the local golden pocket. Of course, keep an eye on what Bitcoin does because, again, we could see a lot of these coins get back a lot of their gains. I would not expect this to make a new low, but I would say coming back down below this would signal me to get some. Let's take a look at CAS. This is not financial advice, by the way, guys. And just a quick reminder, if anybody thinks this is financial advice, I want to show you something. All right, let this face, take a screenshot of this. Okay, this is what you're listening to. If you think this is financial advice, let this image be forever burned into your mind. Okay? Because, you know, literally we're speculating on imaginary assets here. They don't do anything. Right? So, shout out to Larry Lamb. Can we look at sushi? Yeah, we could look at sushi after we look at CAS. Thanks for the super chat. SEI, looking kind of good. All right, so this thing, guys, we were looking at this for a while, actually. Looking at CAS for a while here. And this is the long trade setup that we were looking at. So, you know, that general idea so far has actually played out pretty nicely. Looking to come down to the support resistance flip, get a bounce, 382 support resistance flip, and our target is a new high. Are we going to get it? I don't know. But so far, the plan is actually working pretty well. I have not bought CAS. I have not traded CAS. But this is just analysis that we were doing in the middle of December. And so it's nice to see the levels being respected here, right? Yeah, so right now, if we're going to get continuation to the upside, which I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look ultra bullish. Whoa, this is a 12-hour. Hang on. I'll be honest with you. It does look pretty bullish on the 4-hour. I thought the 12-hour was the 4-hour. This does look pretty bullish on the 4-hour. So what I would be doing now is I would be looking for a move into the golden pocket, which we already got. So yeah, if we're going to pump from here, this is our chance to long the higher low to get another high. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not even saying to take this trade. Where I'm coming from here is the following. Like, if this was the bottom, we have then gotten a bounce. We've made a higher low and a higher high, changing market structure locally with 4-hour bullish divergences. And then we've come back down and we've gotten a bounce from the Fibonacci golden pocket with a trigger wave on the 4-hour and increase in money flow. All these things mean it's pretty probable that we get a bounce from here. Okay, are we going to put in a new high? I don't know. But if I was coming to a chart right now and somebody put a gun to my head and said, you have to take a trade on CAS, what would it be? It would be this. Because we have come down, made a nice low with bullish divergence on the 4-hour here. Right? Yep, bullish down on the 4-hour. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ben Armstrong big boy green dots. Money flow getting thicker. We've got trigger waves. Money flow crossing. It looks bullish to me. It looks bullish to me. It looks pretty bullish to me. Let's check out the volume that we have in this mini range. Okay, yeah, so I would say, you know, coming back down, if we lose that value area low, you know, ideally I would want to come down a little bit lower. Ideally come down to the POC and or the 786. But this is the general idea, right? And of course, if we lose $1, we could see much lower prices here, much lower. But this is the support we were looking at on December 17th. It is holding. We have gotten bullish divergences. We have changed structure bullishly. We've come down for a retest with a bullish trigger wave. That's all I can say about this chart. Live the game, spam in the chat with Gala. Gala. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, shout out to my man Joel H for the 100,000 COP super chat. Can we look at Avalanche? Yeah, we can. Shout out to T-Will Lineman for hire. Yeah, you don't need super complex. If you want to stream, just start streaming, my man. People will watch. All right, we got to look at sushi for my man Larry. Let's check out Bitcoin quickly. Bitcoin is actually doing pretty well at the Bitcoin is doing pretty well at the golden pocket. Looks like we might get a move up there. Yeah, Tom Crown, man, he'll work his way up to a fast treadmill. You know. Yeah, we did, Chill Will. We just looked at SEI coin, so rewind the stream a little bit. Honestly, my view on SEI coin is pumping. I'm looking to buy a dip. Wow. I mean, sushi looks nice. It looks nice. Look, a lot of these altcoins look nice, guys, you know? So here's the thing about this, though. I mean, it's already broken out of the wedge, at least on log. And so it's probably going to pump. Let's check out upward potential. Almost 2,000%. I would say, you know, if we get a pullback, if things start to dump, I would be looking at this as a major buy zone right here. Support going back to May 2022. This entire area of support flipped into resistance. Now it's the golden pocket retest. All right. So if Bitcoin starts dumping, Bitcoin gets its pullback, this thing gets its pullback here, support resistance flip. That would be like a retest of the breakout, give or take, around this area. This would be ideal for me. This would be ideal for me. You know, the ones that have already broken out, I say wait for a pullback. But sushi looks nice. Obviously, it's breaking out of a bullish pattern. I'm more inclined to buy up the altcoins that have not yet broken out, like the ones we were buying yesterday. But yeah, definitely overall looks bullish here. The only thing I don't like about it is we don't have a bullish div on the weekly, but let's go to the 2-day. We don't have a bullish div on the 2-day either. I would definitely be interested in buying a pullback on this. All right. Let's take a look at, let's see, I gotta check my super chats. Avalanche. Well, okay, so Avalanche has also broken out already. I would say this. It's not really a coin I would look to buy now, but it is definitely one I would look to buy on a pullback. Okay, we are at resistance right now. We're at local resistance. Well, it's not local resistance. It's actually more higher time frame resistance. But I would say this. We did get a nice bounce from... Oh, wait. Did we? No, we didn't even come down to that level yet. So if this thing is going to continue up, this was the setup I was looking for, and we didn't actually get it. I was looking to basically do a liquidity grab of the lows, come down to the value area low of the range, trade it back up to the top of the range. This is like a leverage trade play right here. Right? Dip down, back up to here, maybe come a bit lower. This is the, if this thing is going to continue, this is like a local trade entry potentially we could look for. And honestly, the way things look now, if this does get a pullback, seems more unlikely given these bull divs here. But if it does, it would look very bullish right now. Extremely bullish. All right. But if we're looking for a longer term play here, man, we need to wait for a bit of a pullback on this. I would wait until we come down to at least the $24 level to start getting in, honestly. That's just me. What chart program am I using? This is just TradingView. Shout out to Splash Bar Films. Shout out to Crypto Paradox. Shout out to Chill Will. Shout out to Crypto Paradox. Shout out to Vicious Teletubby. Yeah, we're close to 1,000 likes. That's crazy. Wise Millennial says like the dang stream. Vara has not broken out. LDO, LDO, LDO. We did look at LDO, I think, yesterday. Tia, we were looking at Tia the other day. Tia, that's actually one that I think is going to be a good play for the bull market. you know, obviously this thing has pumped like crazy, so it becomes difficult to say where to get in. If Bitcoin is going to get a pullback, we could expect a lot of these things will get pullbacks. I would say this, like right now, the daily looks very bullish. The 4-hour looks very bullish as well. It looks pretty bullish. I just suck at buying high. Like I can't bring myself to buy high. I mean, here's a place I would buy this thing. Here's a place I would buy, and like, if we took these lows and then got a reclaim, I would be all over that right now. But I suck at buying high, you know, because I don't know where this thing is gonna go. If you are speculative on it and you believe it in the long term, maybe this is your chance. I don't know, but we don't know really where it could go from here. It could just pump forever. It could. So hey, if you believe it's pumping forever, we've clearly formed a range with a low and a high, right? So if you think this is going higher, you know where you're wrong, below the lows, right? But for me, it's really difficult to say where I would get into this right now unless we took a liquidity grab of the lows. Let's see. Fib pull, low to high. Yeah, it's tough to say. It's tough to say. For me, if this thing got a dip down, like a fast dip down, and then a quick reclaim, market cipher B looking the way it does, that to me would be like an obvious, honestly, like a leverage play, because spot plays for me, for coins like this, if I don't know much about the fundamentals, so if you're already holding it, good for you, and it probably will pump, because from what I have looked into on this coin, it seems pretty good for the next bull run. It's just hard for me to say, yeah, I'm just going to buy it randomly here. But that doesn't mean it's a bad play. Shout out to everybody who's liked the stream. We got 1,000 likes. That's amazing. God bless you all. Thank you so much. So hopefully next time we can get 1,000 likes within the first 45 minutes so we can do the giveaway. So next time, guys, make sure to like the video ASAP. What are my thoughts on Bencoin? You've seen the emblem on 6 Juanita. I don't really have a stance on Bencoin, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. Can we look at a ticker? Looks good. Is this it, though? Is this it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, guys. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what to think about. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. All right. Shout out to Crypto Crank. How can I see a chart on the small laptop screen? You know. Dione gang, bro. If you're a bro, I assume the gender. Look, I've done the $1,000 giveaway many times, but I don't think it's crazy to say if there's 1,100 people in the chat and we have 15 minutes, if everyone likes the video, I don't think that's unfair. I think it's unfair that you guys don't like. I'm just trying to give it away. You know, and we've done it. We've done it. But here's the thing. I used to just say 1,000 likes when we do the giveaway, but then people would get these like bots up in here, and that's bad for the algorithm. So, you know, a few bad apples ruin the whole bunch. Shout out to Aaron G. Big time in Root. Guys, if you don't follow Aaron G on Twitter, you have to. His Twitter handle is... Let me see if I can find it here. Trap Trader. Trap Trader. I'll put it in the YouTube chat. I'll pin it in the YouTube chat. Shout out to Crypto Scarface. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Drew. Thank you so much for the super chat. I can't pin my own comment anymore. Is that true? What? What? I don't know how to use this. I don't know how to use. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, make sure to go follow him on Twitter, guys, because he gives out, I mean, really good analysis. I'm not going to say signal, because nothing's financial advice, but the dude is spot on, all right? Shout out to Crypto Scarface. Shout out to Drew. I'm long on Sol from $100. Thoughts? I mean, nice, man. That's a good long. If I was in that long trade, I would have taken some profit, stop loss to my entry, and let the rest ride. That's how I trade. But you're up 7%. Can't go wrong with that, man. You cannot go wrong with that. Shout out to Aaron G. He says anyone who follows him from the Casper crew, he'll do an instant follow back. Shout out to Sam XBT. Do I still recommend the 3-hour, 12-minute strategy? Yeah, man. Especially if we're in a very bullish trend. It's pretty good strategy. Shout out to Rendell. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here. Check out Helium Mobile. I mined quite a bit. Interesting, man. I'll have to look into that. Shout out to Biparito. Shout out to Machu Picchu. Shout out to Adrenaline Tube. Alrighty. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. I really appreciate all of you guys. Man. Guys, I'm going to head out. It's been a really good stream. Happy New Year to everybody. May God bless you all in Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. It's going to be a really good year, guys. We just have to stay focused on what our goals are and not let the emotions get to us. It's going to be a really good year for everybody. So, that being said, God bless you all, and I will see you in the next stream. Peace.